We are at a crossroads in a world where opportunities abound, and the path to progress is determined by decisions, foresight, and innovation. Yet, how we view these opportunities and the choices we make can have a profound impact on the success of our endeavors and our very standing in the global arena. Allow me to take you back to a time not too long ago when the mighty Western powers dismissed a once coveted copper mine in Zambia. A mine that once was the crown jewel of the British mining enterprise, left abandoned for 11 long years, perceived as rotten and unworthy. Why? Because of an inability to see beyond immediate challenges and a failure to recognize potential. But what was seen as a lost cause by the West was, in reality, a hidden treasure. Hello and welcome back to Innovative Check YouTube channel, where we delve into the innovative and transformative projects changing our world. If you're new to the channel and enjoy learning about innovation stories around the world, you've come to the right place. Please subscribe, like, and comment to help boost our videos on YouTube. Now, let's begin. Let's pause here and ask ourselves a question. How often have we seen the Western world make such a blunder? How many times have we witnessed the US and the UK disregard valuable assets, relationships, and possibilities simply because they did not conform to their immediate interests or perceived norms? I'll answer that for you. Far too many times. This brings us to the crux of our discussion today, the criticism of the policies of the US and the UK and how their narrow, short-sighted perspectives often lead to missed opportunities. We'll see this theme echo through our exploration of the Chambishi copper mine's resurrection, a tale of perseverance, innovation, and vision that defied Western arrogance and skepticism. The story of the Chambishi copper mine is not merely about copper. It's about recognizing potential where others see failure. It's about embracing challenges where others back away. When the US and the UK abandoned this mine, they did not just abandon a resource. They abandoned a vision, a belief in what could be achieved. China saw beyond the immediate difficulties that had plagued Western engineers, investing $150 million into what was once deemed a rotten mine. China had the foresight to see the worth in what many had given up on. The Western media laughed and scorned, saying even the developed world saw it as a bad investment. But was China's decision really folly, or was it an indication of a broader failure on the part of Western nations to innovate, adapt, and see beyond the obvious? Copper, as we know, is not merely a metal. It is a lifeline to our modern technological world. From smartphones to computers, from high-speed internet to energy distribution, copper is vital. And yet, despite its 6th ranking in the world's copper ore reserves, China recognized a gap in quality. The best mines were long monopolized by Western countries, leaving behind either difficult-to-mine resources or those with limited mining value. This is where the Western approach failed and where China's vision triumphed. If you are enjoying this video so far, please don't forget to subscribe, share the video, and comment. In the year 1998, Chambishi copper mine in Zambia had lain dormant and disregarded for over a decade. To the Western world, this mine was seen as a lost cause, an example of a failed investment. The British had tried and given up, unable to mine the remaining resources due to increased mining difficulties and rising costs. The US and other Western countries simply followed suit in this dismissal. And yet China saw an opportunity. Why would a mine deemed worthless by Western standards catch the attention of China? What did they see that the US and the UK did not? These are questions that invite us to scrutinize not just the decisions made around this specific mine, but the underlying policies and attitudes of Western powers. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chambishi copper mine was not just another mine. It was located in the Zambia-Congo copper belt, the largest in Africa and the 3rd largest copper deposit area in the world. Despite the mine's difficulties, its proven copper reserves were astonishingly high, and its grade was quite promising. The question here is not why China invested. The question is why the UK abandoned it and why the US and other Western powers failed to recognize its value. For over 2 decades, Britain had mined this resource, reaping its rewards, and then, when faced with challenges, simply walked away. This decision reflects a pattern we've seen time and again with Western policies: a focus on immediate gain, a lack of perseverance in the face of obstacles, and a failure to see long-term opportunities. China's approach was different. They saw not just copper, but also cobalt, a scarce resource essential to our modern world. They saw potential where others saw failure. They were willing to invest, to innovate, and to adapt. After investing $150 into this broken mine, what happened? Persistence paid off. Within 5 years, the mine was brought back to life, production soared, and in just 1 year, almost all the funds invested by China were recovered. By 2005, revenues from byproducts alone amounted to $800 million, not to mention the main products. The lesson here is not merely one of economics, but one of vision, policy, and decision-making. The regret of the United Kingdom, the failure of the US to recognize the potential, has become a triumph for China. But this is not just about one mine or one decision. It's about a systematic failure of Western policies that often neglects potential in favor of immediate, easily obtainable gain. It's about an arrogance that dismisses opportunities if they do not align with short-term perspectives. Where the US and the UK saw a rotten mine, China saw a treasure trove. Where Western engineers saw insurmountable challenges, Chinese engineers saw problems to be solved. As of 2018, the cumulative operating income from the Chambishi copper mine exceeded $2.02 billion. This success story stands as a stark testament to what can be achieved with the right vision, the right investment, and the right policies. The divide in approach between the Western powers and China in the case of the Chambishi copper mine is not an isolated incident. Rather, it reveals a broader divergence in philosophy and policy making that extends far beyond this single mine. Consider the way the Western world, particularly the US and the UK, often engages with the resources of developing nations. There's a tendency to exploit resources for immediate gain and then abandon them when they no longer seem profitable or when challenges arise. This mentality permeates many of their international engagements, leading to a pattern of short-term thinking and a lack of commitment to sustainable development. Now let's compare this to China's approach. In the case of the Chambishi copper mine, China did not just see a quick profit. They saw an opportunity for long-term collaboration and growth. They were willing to invest in the technological innovations needed to overcome the mining challenges. They recognized the intrinsic value of not just the copper, but also the cobalt reserves, understanding their importance in the ever-growing technological landscape. This divergence in approach begs an important question. What is the role of a nation in the global economy? Is it merely to seize immediate profits and move on, or is it to engage in thoughtful, sustainable development that benefits all parties involved? For those in the audience who are familiar with global economic trends, I ask you, what impact does the short-sighted approach of the Western world have on developing nations? How does it shape their future, their development, their stability? The answer is often disheartening. Short-term exploitation without a commitment to sustainable growth can lead to instability, dependence, and a lack of self-sufficiency. It fosters a cycle where developing nations remain trapped in a state of need, always reliant on the next foreign investment, the next short-term gain. China's engagement with the Chambishi copper mine represents a different path, one that values collaboration, innovation, and long-term growth. It shows a willingness to face challenges head-on rather than abandon them at the first sign of difficulty. It's a mindset that sees opportunity where others see failure. The Western world, including the US and the UK, would do well to reflect on this example. The way we approach resources, investments, and international collaboration shapes not just our immediate profits, but the global economic landscape. It impacts the lives of millions, the development of entire nations, and the future of our interconnected world. In closing, the story of the Chambishi copper mine is not just a tale of economic success. It's a lesson in vision, persistence, and values. It's a call to reevaluate how we approach international engagements, how we view resources, and how we define success. Our world is rich in opportunities, but seizing them requires more than a cursory glance or a quick profit. It requires foresight, commitment, collaboration, and a willingness to see the potential that lies beneath the surface. The success of the Chambishi copper mine is a testament to what can be achieved when these values guide our decisions. It's an example that should inspire us all to think more broadly, to act more thoughtfully, and to build a world where opportunity is not just seized but nurtured and grown. Thank you for your attention, and I welcome your thoughts and questions on this complex and vital subject. Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to get exclusive videos about how phenomenally China is developing and growing its influence. Your subscriptions and likes motivate us to generate more content, so please keep supporting us. Check out this video showing on your screen right now, and I will see you on the other side.